Hey, this is Redban, and you're listening to the Death Squad Podcast Network. This episode of Muff Said and all the podcasts that we do at Death Squad can always be found on our website, deathsquad.tv, and iTunes and Stitcher under Death Squad. Don't forget the Death Squad store is shopsquad.tv. We have a limited edition t-shirt and stickers. They're almost completely sold out. Once they're gone forever until we release a new style of t-shirt. So if you want this style, here's your last chance. Also, don't forget Death Squad is live every Monday at the Comedy Store. We do a free show. It's at 8 p.m. Go to the Comedy Store's website, thecomedystore.com, to get your free tickets. And now, here's a
California for a new episode of Muff Said, and now here's your host, Ryan Basic Instinct Keely.
You know why the music was less gay today?
Because it was awesome.
Yes.
And there was a bunch of hot blonde chicks in that video.
Do you like this theme that our musical opening track has taken, Brian Redban?
I actually prefer this way over gay dance music, yes.
Well, we are listening to country today because today is Country Fried. Not only did I find out that I'm going to Stagecoach, woo!
Yeah.
We also have Jason Charles Miller in the house, who is a country music star and voice actor for many things that you've heard of. World of Warcraft, Wonder Woman, Ghost in the Shell, Hellsing. He's also been in the Day of the Dead reboot and Battle Planet from Sci-Fi.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he also used to be in a totally sweet metal band.
Really?
It's kind of a big deal. Tell him about your band that you were in.
Godhead.
Yeah, so I think you're a very dynamic guest that we've had because you went from super heavy metal, the only band that was ever signed to Marilyn Manson's label. I think that was back in 2001. Back in 2001, yeah. And now you've completely reinvented yourself as a voice actor, as an actor, and now you're doing country music.
Yeah. Well, the voice acting thing came actually. I've been doing that for about 11 years, and I was doing a lot of that while I was in Godhead in between tours. You kind of get bored and you want to figure out ways to make extra money. So we did some, we wrote some music for a commercial and started doing that. And then I started singing on commercials and, I don't know. Doing
like jingle stuff?
And that
jingle stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's the sexiest man in video game development, Mr. Nick Ahrens.
Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Nick Ahrens does not fuck bitches. He makes love to the ladies.
Yeah,
it's science.
You can't fuck bitches.
No, you can't. No, you make love to women.
Yes.
And how do you feel about the beer today?
It's really good.
What is it?
It's real good.
What? Yeah, what is that?
It's real good.
It is the Not Quite Pale Ale number 9 from Magic Hat. And
It's not pale at all.
But it's not pale. It's the Not Quite. It's fruity. It's effervescent. It's light. It makes me want to, be sitting on an inner tube, floating down a river.
This is great summer refreshing ale.
Or springtime.
Or springtime.
We're getting into springtime here
or
in
winter
Los Angeles.
in LA. Or winter in LA.
Winter in LA. But it says a performance in every bottle.
Performance?
I can feel it.
Are you going to give us a performance now?
Yeah, what is
You
this?
don't want either of these guys to give you a performance.
You want my performance?
No.
No good.
No.
Do you drink?
Quick, spout out code.
It doesn't
No,
drink.
I don't drink.
No.
Yeah.
Someone has to
I'm
have
a
posture
good
dignity
boy.
in this room.
Yeah. It can't be me.
Can't be me.
I've been trying to limit my drinking. I forgot just now because I took 2 days off this week, and last night I was trying to take off, and it was so hard being at a comedy club and not drinking, and I finally gave in. I had to drink some Jack, but
Are you going to drink tonight, Mr. Brian Redban? Because you're going to be performing later, right?
no, I'm just going to the Naughty Show later.
Just going,
By the way, sweet Zelda hat.
Huh? Oh,
I had to
like
give
the
you
Zelda
props
hat?
on the
Yeah.
Zelda hat. Pretty sweet.
I have a problem with hats. I hate sports, and so it's really hard to find a baseball hat that's not sports baseball hats. Now I have to wear Nintendo hats.
Something wrong with
have
that.
to?
I have to.
Speaking of, I can't do this at the same time. It's not working. I felt like I was in some sort of weird.
Bubble, you can't wear the hat and the headphones?
I don't think I can. Maybe I could do that. But
Now you look like a toy cowboy.
You just up the gallons on that hat.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it can sit there next to me. Be my friend. Okay. Here, we can put it here.
Is it hard? Do you drink at all, or have you cut out drinking out of your life, or?
I'm one of those weird people that like never really started. Like I've been drunk, I've had drinks. I'll have a drink here or there, but when I've been performing in front of people since I was 5, and my voice teachers were always like, "Don't drink alcohol; it'll dry out your throat."
Right.
And I was just really lucky that I hung out with nerds in high school, and I was like drama club and choir.
So what did you do in drama
nobody
club?
there drank. What did I do in drama club?
Because I started out acting, and then I did a lot of improv, and then I realized I was just more comfortable in stage crew, and because that's where my people were.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely did some stage crew, but I was mainly a performer.
Did you star in the spring musical?
That's an interesting story.
Ooh.
And I got kicked out of Godspell. And then the following year...
How did you get kicked out of Godspell?
Did you go to a Catholic school?
No, I went to a regular public school. I went to a Fairfax High School in Fairfax, Virginia, and the year before I went, they had just changed the mascot. We were the Fairfax Rebels, and the year before I got there, our school flag was the Confederate flag.
Okay.
And this is like in the late 80s, okay? Our school flag was the Confederate flag, and our mascot was Johnny Reb, a Confederate soldier that ran around the field waving the Confederate flag.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
Is that still the same?
No. But, they did it. The way they changed it was really lame because what they did was they changed the Confederate flag to a colonial flag.
What?
And then we were still called the Rebels, but we didn't have a mascot anymore. And it was it's a colonial flag because the colonials were the rebels against the British. And
What?
no one's buying that,
Right.
people. Nobody's believing that.
You need to be something awesome like the Jaguars or the Bears or the...
We were the Bears.
Or at least
in high school.
Sweet.
At least they didn't make it like a black person. Like our new mascot's a black guy.
for Lynchburg. Hey, from a road.
But anyway, all
I've
right.
been to Lynchburg, Virginia. It's weird.
So what happened was this: I was fortunate enough. Godspell only had 10 people in it. Okay. And I was a freshman, and I got cast in Godspell, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. I got in this musical and this new kid or whatever. But then I found out rehearsals were every single day.
Oh, fuck that noise.
And I was a 9th grader, and so I skipped too many rehearsals, and they kicked me out.
That's not very good. I thought you were going to do something exciting.
I know. No, I didn't. It was just for being lazy.
What did you do when you were
for being
skipping
lazy.
out? What'd you go do that you're skipping out of your theater rehearsals?
I did play video games. Yeah. So if that we can tie that
Damn
into
right.
the show.
Damn right.
Actually, Redban texted me. He's like, "Why do we have a country music singer coming on your show?" And I was like, "No, it's cool, bro. It's cool."
I just didn't understand. Well, I didn't know the voice acting stuff because this is comic book and video games, and I'm like a country singer.
Way to
okay.
throw me under the bus, dude. Way to throw me
I
under
just
the
didn't
bus.
know, and then I found out. Then I actually Googled and then found out.
See, this is why he's a good producer because
That's good.
Yeah, that's Brian Redban maintaining the quality of excellence over here at Death Squad Studios.
How'd you get stuck? So you got not stuck, but how'd you get thrown into doing video game voice? Is that something that you just were a love of video games, or were you?
Yeah, it started. I was like a real anime geek too when I was a kid.
Me too.
And
What's
so
up?
now that I said,
What you've also done for voice work, by the way.
yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
how I got started. Besides doing the commercial stuff, is from singing on commercials. Then I took some acting as a kid, as like getting thrown out of plays and things. Which, by the way, I worked my way back up. So by junior year, I did have a lead in the spring musical.
Who would you play?
But I was in Once Upon a Mattress. I was the narrator, so I was like singing.
I used to do
every
Follow
scene.
Spot for Once Upon a Mattress.
Cool.
It's brutal. It does. It's you'd think it'd be a really dirty show. It's the
That's
Princess
what I
and
was
the Pea.
thinking.
Yeah,
No.
it's like a
Okay.
Carol Burnett kind of comedy thing. So since I acted as a kid, I was like, I can try this again. So I took some classes. The first guy to give me a voice acting job was a Godhead fan. So that that helped. And then
Your heavy
that
metal
led to
career
more.
got you into video games.
Pretty much.
Sweet.
Nice.
I love that there's this definite crossover between like country music and metal. I mean, Hank 3 I think is probably the most obvious example of that. But I love that you're also doing the same thing. Do you still play metal music at all?
Yeah. In fact, I sing on 2 songs in the brand new video game Metal Gear Rising. And so there's 2 boss fights where it's actually I'm singing during the boss fight.
Oh, that's badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then they just had a launch party a couple weeks ago at the Hard Rock at Universal, and they brought everybody that sang on the soundtrack to sing, and it was like Howard from Killswitch Engage and John Bush from Anthrax and Armored Saint, and it was really cool.
That's really cool.
That sounds super
And that's
rad.
like Cyborg Ninja badass like super action game.
Right. Yeah. And it was like the songs were metal, but it was almost like Japanese metal. There's
I love
that
Deer and
difference.
Gray.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're so good. 'Cause I don't like a lot of like the screamo, like the super hardcore stuff. And I
Right.
think that Japanese metal, they really have a lot more like melody to it. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a lady, but I appreciate it.
lady metal.
Well, no, I like.
No,
you
I
know,
know.
I like a melody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're not as into maybe like the
It's too hardcore.
northern European kind of math metal that's going on up there in Norway and stuff like that.
I don't know anything about math metal. I do know about black metal and stuff, but I appreciate it as a concept, and I love that they're so metal that they're just doing horrible things. And conceptually, I think what they're doing is terrible, but I'm also like, it's so metal.
I love the metal mindset, which is like stopping to consider if doing something is metal or not.
Yeah.
Is this metal?
I had a friend.
Bro, is this metal?
metal or
No.
bro or brutal.
Or brutal?
I had a friend in high school, and liking metal wasn't good enough for him. He's like, you can't just like metal. He goes, metal is a way of life.
Yep.
Like, I'll never forget that.
But it's kind of the same way with punk rock and hip hop. You know what I mean? Like if you dig deep enough into all those genres, there's all those kind of like you got to live it. Especially punk rock. And my favorite thing about punk rock is people think that's a phase of their life. Oh, that's back when I was punk rock. I'm like you're not anymore. Like you were for a while. You were like a badass punk rock. Now you're not anymore. Maybe you should be. Maybe you still should be.
Yeah, I think so.
One of my favorite memories growing up in Ohio was I was a huge Nine Inch Nails fan, and I followed Nine Inch Nails around. I actually got to take photos for Trent and like go backstage and do all this shit. But in that, I met Marilyn Manson when he just first got hooked up with Trent. And one of my favorite memories was with Marilyn Manson was after a show. He was like, hey, Brian, he's like, you live around here. Go grab me a razor. And so I ran home real quick. And there was like mobs of fans, like girls most, like going underneath the bus tires so they can't drive away and stuff. And I come back with a razor, and he said, all right, who wants me to shave a circle on the top of their head? And all these girls like, I do. And so this girl with nice, beautiful, long hair walks up, and he just shaves like a big bald spot on the top of her head.
That is really
And that was my
metal.
favorite memory of hanging out with Manson. Now, what was it like being? Are you still friends with Brian, or do you?
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah.
It was. He helped us a lot, and he was really great. Working with him and then going on the road with him was really strange because it was like you would see him every third day, but you never knew what to expect. You never knew, are you going to get Brian? Are you going to get Marilyn? Are you going to get Manson?
Right.
And and he loved to prank us too. So I remember in Philadelphia, like right when we got off stage, we're all just like doused with sweat. You're just done playing, and he came in with some cereal boxes, and he started pouring cereal over all of us, and then all were just like stuck with cereal.
That's really smart. That's a really smart prank.
We should do that after the LA Marathon.
Yeah.
Just like
That would be funny.
Lucky Charms.
I always thought it was weird with Nine Inch Nails in the early years and Manson in the early years, how much, I guess, homosexuality that they would throw on stage,
dude,
that just almost to shock the fans, like Trent would grab like a slave guy and just be like faking a blowjob and things like that. Did you see
man
that?
on man sex is totally metal. I'm serious.
It is pretty hardcore.
Think
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's very hardcore. And if you get into those leather daddies, when they are listening to totally sweet hardcore metal in those clubs, and they're like fisting each other, peeing on each other, and wearing like sweet metal outfits with like crazy facial hair, like that's metal.
I mean,
there's no love making in that kind of sex.
No, I mean, I would think that Rob Halford would say that man-on-man sex is pretty metal.
I think Rob Halford is totally metal.
Almost lost Brian.
I got beer in my nose.
Sorry, man.
But I always wondered about that because it was always like I got to see Trent off stage, and obviously, now he's married to one of the most beautiful women I think in the whole entire world. And,
who's he married to?
She's lead singer of that band that he does. I forget her name.
Trent Reznor wife.
You'll get that.
Mariqueen Mondique.
Just look at my background on my.
Oh,
iPad.
you've got it. You preloaded
Oh,
here.
really?
I have her.
Holy crap, she's beautiful.
I have a picture of her.
Oh, wow,
I-
she's very pretty.
She's so gorgeous. And what sucks is I actually started listening to this band, and I'm like, wow, what is this band? Because I haven't been following Nails in a while. And then I found out this was Trent's wife. I'm like, God damn it. The one girl I was going to stalk, she only had 20,000 Twitter followers. I could have... But
You're like, I got more than that. I can do this.
I always wondered if you saw that side of it, or if that was always the thing, like that you guys got back into the green room. You're like, did you see? I was fucking you in the ass, on stage.
No, when we toured with Manson, he was already. It was kind of at his peak.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't have to do that anymore. Mm-hmm.
That was always weird because I remember being just a kid, being like, "Yeah, Trent, why are you doing that with that guy? That's kind of weird."
See, I always liked the even just more like kind of like avant-garde weird to be weird, like when Tool would have a concert and they'd all paint themselves the same blue as the background, so you couldn't really see them. It'd be like floating guitars and shit like that. Like I always kind of dug that kind of stuff. Just strange to be strange.
And that's why you started an art gallery.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Now, when we toured with
that
Rammstein, in that same era, and they had like giant mechanical dicks that just shot all sorts of straight, and that's just like part of the show.
Lotion, yeah.
I love Rammstein. They're so good. They're so good. So back when I was still a stripper, I listened. I have, of course, Rammstein and Marilyn Manson in my dominatrix cop number, and and it's always fun because I'm always switching out the Rammstein song because they're all so good. They all kind of sound kind of the same, but they're all really good in the same sounding kind of way.
Du hast
mich.
I remember hearing that song, and after I'd learning like third grade German, I was like, I can understand this song. I know what they're saying.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm in with it.
So to switch gears completely in a totally opposite hardcore direction, I spent the weekend being very, very sick. I lost like 4 pounds because I had the stomach flu, which is amazing. But I got to rewatch the Star Wars, the entire trilogy from beginning to end.
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, 4,
right?
5, and 6. Yeah.
The trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, she's like that. Okay, that's fine.
She's like that.
Well, because you were like that earlier with Top Gear. You're like, there's only one.
Yeah.
There can be
She's
only
like Highlander.
one. Yes, I am Highlander.
Oh, did I do that?
Dude, I totally want to be Highlander. Let's propagate that rumor. So I watched the entire Star Wars from beginning to end, and I watched it on the Blu-ray.
Oh, nice.
The Blu-ray.
And it was beautiful to look at. It was really, really good, except for the CGI that they did with the special edition still looks like shit.
Yeah.
And I just want them to pull it. Can they make a Blu-ray without George Lucas's cock
They
all
could
over
fit
it.
both versions on one Blu-ray
Yeah.
easily. I don't know why they
know.
don't do that.
Because
Are you talking
so
about like the
frustrating.
really bad Jabba that's walking?
It's a bad
Okay.
Jabba. It's that whole in it's in Return of the Jedi when they have that whole. It's like the whole like cantina sequence, except it's not the cantina, but it's
Right,
and they changed
They're
the
all
song.
in-
The
they changed
Ewoks
the
at the end,
song.
yeah, the
They
whole
changed
ending,
the
and they
Ewok
they go like
song,
12
too.
different planets, and
Yeah.
They changed the
and
Ewok
they-
song? Why?
Yeah,
and they
man.
changed the song in Jabba
Exactly,
Wallace.
exactly.
And they've got the whole
The whole
extra little
performance,
thing.
yeah.
The performance is terrible.
The one thing I was okay with was they did some scenes where they cleaned up like the planets and stuff like in space. I was like, why couldn't that be the updates they do? Like, oh, like this planet was like super low resolution. Let's put like a nicer looking one in. Not like whole musical numbers in Return of the Jedi.
Why did they even say why the reasoning for that? I had
They
no
were,
idea
it was
about
all
that.
stuff that he wanted in there originally and he couldn't do. That Jabba scene in A New Hope, that's actually footage from the old movie, I believe, that they shot, but they couldn't actually put Jabba in there, so they stuck him in there with CG later. And that's why Han Solo looks so good. Because it's like I think it's footage they actually had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Unless they put his face on there digitally. I could be wrong.
Well, so George Lucas came out in the last couple of days.
The closet?
I don't know. He's such a douchebag. He's asexual.
Except the donating of the monies was pretty good. All the proceeds from the $4 billion
Yeah,
from selling Star Wars
that's cool.
went to education.
Okay, that
Gotta
is
give them
really
that. That was
cool.
pretty rad.
But he also just teased
Well,
that.
I hope they educated him
uh,
that 4, 5, and 6 were better.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That was part of the education process.
They grow up. Hey, George, thanks
And
for
all
listening.
that money was spent erasing the other movies from history.
Well, both he and Carrie Fisher have confirmed that Princess Leia is going to be back in Star Wars 7 once Disney takes it over.
An old, fat Princess Leia. Is this even positive
and
to us? And she's not going to be on
Harrison
cocaine.
Ford
So
and Mark Hamill.
Harrison Ford is still at the negotiation table, apparently.
Of course he is.
He's cranky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's also cranky, but he's crazy. Anyone out there listening right now, YouTube Harrison Ford on The Tonight Show, Conan O'Brien, any of them, and just watch how weird that dude is. Of
course,
He's
bro.
insanely bizarre. He looks like he's on every drug imaginable all at once, and he's just like super floaty, and he never knows what's going on. He starts rubbing the seat chairs really hard.
that's what happens when you get Harrison Ford pussy, man. You just you don't care what
Isn't he
people
still
think.
with like Callista Flockhart?
Yeah.
Are they? I thought
Yeah,
broke up.
they are.
Wow.
But like he's like 80 or whatever, 70. And so she's like 40, so he's doing really good still. Okay.
Well, it makes you kind of speculate in your head what the plot's going to be. They're definitely not going to make like new stuff then. Like they're going to continue.
It's going to be
stuff.
like a cameo appearance. It can't be. I mean, they
It's
can't.
going to be like the kids of the things, because that's what all the like the books and the comics have always dealt with, is like their kids being a big deal.
Did you ever read how Carrie Fisher was just high on coke the whole time
Yes.
shooting?
Yeah.
That was my
Yes.
favorite fun fact, because now you watch it and you just see her like running around in a whole different way.
The only other movie I can think of that she was in was Suburbia.
Oh yeah.
I guess she does script doctoring and she writes books. So I guess she's
Oh,
like a
now,
really
yeah.
known script doctor.
She was also for a long time the Tonight Show's. If someone would drop out, she would come on and take their spot. She was a seat filler on the Tonight Show for a long time.
Yeah. I think that's it. You just have to
Really?
live in Burbank.
But like
to be
Phyllis
a seat
Diller
filler.
did that for a
Yeah.
long time too. I think so. I think that's kind of a cool role. I guess I mean it was for the Jay Leno era, which isn't that cool, but whatever. I guess that's kind of cool. But I hope that on screen them aging, I still have that kind of nerd excitement when I see it, because they are those characters still. They are those
Yeah, but have you
characters.
seen Carrie Fisher? Like I hope
All of
Disney
them.
just goes, "Hey, look,
Mark Hamill is.
But Mark Hamill killed it. I just saw him at BAFTA did an event here in LA where it was you could go and like basically it was like storytelling with Mark Hamill, and he sat there with Chris Nerdist and Chris Hardwick, and he just told stories for 2 hours. It was the most fascinating 2 hours I've ever had. It was amazing. So
cool.
I think he's rad, and I think that there's potential there, but I don't know. I just hope that it's like, that Warren Ellis book Red that was converted into that movie with like Bruce Willis and Helen Mirren. That was I liked that movie. It was fun.
Oh, it was okay.
It was okay.
They
It
have a
was
sequel
fun.
coming out this year.
yeah."
It's not sequel worthy, but it was like a fun movie. I watched it with my mom. We both liked it.
Okay, so here's the thing. Abrams is commanding this ship, and he wasn't even a fan of Star Trek, and he did a damn good job.
Amazing
rebooting it.
job.
And he continued, like, technically those stories continue from the other universe with the old Spock coming in. So if he can do that with Star Trek, a franchise that's not as not as popular, like especially maybe in America, I don't really know. Like, I know Star Trek's huge in like some countries or whatever. In Star
Trek's big, but I mean, Star Wars is a behemoth.
massive, yeah. It's a
yeah,
marketing.
but what can he
machine.
do with this? I mean,
Quit being so. Women get older, Brian. Women, just
Yeah,
because you
the
are still
sex symbol.
knee deep in 22-year-old pussy does not mean that women.
Isn't it going to be more cameo?
Yeah.
It's
thing?
gotta be.
Like,
It's
it's going to
gotta
be our
be.
kids. Go on, kids. Go use the force. You know?
Yeah. Is Chewbacca going to be like just a gray Wookiee? Like all of his fur is just gone gray? Like I like they're gonna have to deal with kind of all that because if these people come in even with cameos, they're gonna have to kind of deal with that canon. Then they're even by being in it at all, they're kind of committing to that canon.
Unless
I just thwarted you with my space boobs.
I know. Tried to
This
grab her boobs.
is
Star Wars
Look at
dress.
those that dress makes your tits look awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm also wearing a silicone bra that just adheres directly to my boobies and needs
Me
absolutely
too.
nothing else.
Same here.
So were you talking about Star Wars over there? Nick?
So actually,
I'm
can
wearing
you
a silicone
play?
cup.
We have a Star Wars video that I
Slushy.
want you to see.
Okay.
I don't know if we need to put the sound on it, but this is a real exercise class that is having in San Francisco.
Oh yes,
All right.
Oh yes.
Hold on. What? There's no.
I do this.
Scroll down. It's under my movies link, and it says another video I would like you to play. That
I do
did
this in
gold.
my living room when I'm alone. What everyone's about to see, and it's not a workout. It's for fun.
We've done this in my living.
Yeah, we fought. We've
done
had
this
many
together.
lightsaber fights. Yeah,
This is what we do together.
we have
It's
lightsaber
weird.
fights. Ryan's actually pretty damn good at it. I'm not kidding. Like she's aggressive and hurts people. Honestly, you got to stop that.
I know. I wrestled with a boy the other day, and he didn't realize what he was getting into.
You're strong.
Yeah, well, he's like, I trained jiu-jitsu, and I was like, hee 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 hee, like elbow bite mark.
All right, I got 22 seconds to the commercials.
22 seconds, the commercial's over.
Oh man, YouTube,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
YouTube is just it. Yeah.
You know, it's funny though. We complain about that, like, 22 seconds of commercial.
But I'm so excited that YouTube is now going to be counted on as a billboard thing, which is a
That's
huge
cool.
deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I don't know if we need to listen to these guys talk about it.
All right.
Maybe we can.
Oh, do we lose
No,
it?
I want to play it.
Yeah.
I want to show the
There we go.
video.
It's just so. What is this? An exercise?
It's an exercise class where there's like warm-ups and fitness, and this guy actually fights in his Darth. A lot of people
He must
fight
lose
in
a lot of weight.
costume, and they teach you the choreography of the fights, and then they work on like warm-up and strength and flexibility, so you can become a Jedi Master.
And you notice how good this works because every single person that's in this class is fat. Except
He's
for this
not
guy.
fat.
Well, except for the teacher, but
I mean, they're
know.
getting nerds off the couch. Okay, it's a step. It's a baby step in the right direction.
would you do this?
I would do this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would probably do this just once.
You got to learn all the fight choreography from all the epic fight scenes.
Where's this at? Is this in San Francisco?
It's in San Francisco.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
San Francisco, it's the Golden Gate Knights. It's called Golden Gate Knights. It's the Jedi workout class.
Plus, imagine this: if somebody broke into your house and you fought them off, but you fought them off in style. I mean, come on.
I just realized how many stabby things I had next to my bed when I so yesterday I tried to open up a coconut by myself. And first I found my machete, which is dull, and I'm really terrified to like hold onto a coconut with one hand and then like slam a machete down.
Yeah, don't do that.
I have really bad hand-eye coordination.
Don't do that.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to have a fresh coconut with the meat and the juice and stuff.
You know, you could buy them with the hole already. That's how they sell them nowadays. Where the hole, you just peel off.
I wanted to do it myself, okay? Like, what if I'm trapped on a deserted island? I need to work.
Don't you have a DeWalt drill though?
Well, I wanted to crack open the top of it so I could scoop out the flesh.
Ah, okay.
See? Yeah. And then I realized I had the knife, and then I've got like all those lightsabers next to the bed. If anyone breaks into my apartment, they're getting lightsabered, and then a machete.
You're telling me that terrifying looking machete is actually really dull.
Machete 2's coming out, by the way.
Oh my god! Can we get a
With-
trailer for that?
Vergara.
Is that out already?
What?
Sofia Vergara, like the hottest
Oh,
woman
she's a lady.
ever.
She's a
She
lady.
is a lady.
Is that a lady that you would like to?
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
I met her sister once.
I met her-
Also a lady.
I don't.
Yeah.
I've met her sister too. I'm not sure if she's a lady, but I do like the cut of her jib.
What is? How have you both met her sister?
Because she lives here in Los Angeles and she's out and about. Her name is Sandra Vergara.
I don't remember.
And
I
she's
wasn't
very
paying attention.
attractive.
She's a very pretty lady.
She's very attractive. You can search her on the
Good
internet.
genes.
She's also on the Twitter. We are friends on the Twitter. You should follow her. Her tweets are really random. I kind of love them. Like really random because English is her second language, so it's cute. Are we gonna play it? No. Okay.
I don't know if the trailer came out.
I
Did
don't
it?
think it's out yet.
No, it's not out yet.
That's
Can
just
we
an
play the
awesome poster.
other trailer that I put on the thingy?
Okay.
I didn't hear about this until today. So this movie was filmed in 12 days on a shoestring budget here in Los Angeles. Wait till you see the people that are involved, because it's arguably the best scriptwriter of all time, and some really famous faces.
Which one are you talking about? The Sixth Gun?
No. Up at the top where under it says opening songs, it says trailer I want to say. Play.
Okay. All right.
I know I'm still working on getting my format to you in it. Digestible form.
Let's see, here we go.
You stole the rest of my beer. Do you have beer?
Uh,
I'm gonna get a cup.
okay, here's the trailer.
This is I saw this today, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know what it is. I'm super excited.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day, fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
I want you to get together.
Well, Joss Whedon action.
It is certain I am loved of all ladies, but truly, I love none.
Joss Whedon,
Happiness to women.
William Shakespeare, Captain Tight Pants.
Oh, God, sir. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
If you three will minister assistance, I will bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection.
Yes.
By this day,
It's black and
she's
white.
a fair lady.
I just
love gods.
God, I love
Are they sticking to script completely?
I'm gonna have to watch and see it, but clearly
I doubt it.
there's quite a lot from the script in that, though. If you just listen to the lines that they are saying, that's all Shakespeare.
Do you like that? I personally wouldn't. That
You don't
that
like
does nothing for me. Right
you don't
there.
like Shakespeare?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I studied Shakespeare extensively as a child. I played Oberon, actually, in a gender-bending King of the Fairies, which was quite shocking.
Wow.
I was known for my scene work as Mercutio, because still the gender bending. Yeah, my breakout role was when I did Lady Capulet.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I'm truly, I love my Shakespeare.
I think like Leonardo DiCaprio in Romeo and Juliet was pretty cool, and they kind of had a little Shakespearean
Really?
thing in that. But I just never got into. I don't like sitting there trying to figure out what they're trying to say.
The thing about Shakespeare is that you're not really trying to. If you listen to it for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, you're gonna just snap into that part of your brain, and you're gonna understand the English language better.
I dig when they put modern twists on Shakespeare,
Yeah.
like Richard III.
Yeah.
With Ian McKellen and Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
Actually, was pretty cool. I don't know if you
Yeah, the
saw
modern
that or
twist
not.
ones, the Romeo and
But
Juliet.
they totally kept to the
Did they?
to the shake. Yeah, it was totally the thing that was weird was that everyone was speaking in a British accent, and except for Robert Downey Jr., he just didn't try at all.
Well, that's what you're
So it was
supposed
just
to
really
do if
weird.
you can't do it. If you can't do a good one.
Yeah, you just stick to yourself.
You guys Shakespeare fans? Am I the only one?
Really? Okay, maybe I just went a little too highbrow for this podcast. So let's bring it back.
No. Nick, are you?
I'm honestly I'm not a big Shakespeare fan. It is kind of what you're saying. It's not that I can figure out what they're saying, but it's the same problem I have with kind of movies before when I see like Planet of the Apes, where it's the pacing that really bothers me.
Yeah.
Pacing is everything for watching a movie for me. And even when you modernize Shakespeare and you do quick cuts, the actual words are written in a very old pacing, and I can appreciate them maybe as I read them, but on an execution front,
it depends on what you're watching. I mean, obviously, King Lear, which I have fallen asleep in twice, is very different than The Merry Wives of Windsor. I mean, Falstaff is such a spectacularly well written, bright, witty character, and there's all these other really amazing comedic characters. The difference between the comedies and the tragedies are so different.
Right.
Let's go back to my audience. Let's
We click.
I can show you something cool.
Yeah.
I got this thing called it's a 710 pen, and one of the biggest things right now in California, and I guess now Washington and Colorado, is portable vaporizers. These are pins that you can smoke pretty much anywhere. You could pretty much smoke this in a public place and put whatever you want in it. But let's just say you're putting marijuana in it, or in this case, it's a wax, and smoke it anywhere. And these pens,
You're smoking wax.
Yeah, this is actually a
wax,
oil.
a wax, like a marijuana wax, or you can get oils. They have like oils that have like that taste like you're having chocolate peanut butter ice cream, and
Jesus.
you're just like, oh, this is marijuana. Or a lot of people, what it's intended for is tobacco. A lot of people nowadays are not doing the Camel cigarettes. They're just getting nicotine,
Right.
And they sit there, and you just push this little button. The light turns blue.
It's so technical.
And you're getting
You live in the future.
You're
It
getting
is.
huge hits, and the smell isn't like you're just smoking a big bong of weed. And these came out here in LA, I don't know, like a year ago, but recently have now been catching on. And this is the big thing now, because these are a way to smoke weed without having it smell like you're smoking weed, and being able to have a portable vaporizer unit, so you're not getting the dirty smoke of like having a bong or a joint where you're actually breathing in smoke.
Carcinogens,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're getting a healthier option. And so these people at the company, I met the owner last night of 710, and I think it's 710pen.com. He was interested in maybe sponsoring some shows at Death Squad. I got to figure out if that's going to happen or not, because there's some kind of weird legality, I guess. You know, like if you're selling, like look at Tommy Chung. He wasn't making bongs himself. He was just promoting bongs, and he got thrown in jail. So I don't know if
I don't want you to go to jail.
Yeah, I don't know
Your
if this
butthole
is
is
a
too
good
sweet.
idea or not. But you know, for tobacco,
We might get busted by the end of this podcast.
right. But I've used a lot of these, because I a lot of people have these now in LA, so I've used about 5 different versions of it, and this 100% is the best version. At least hits how it hits and how you feel afterwards. So check them out, 710 Pen. I would recommend. I think it's like $60, and it comes with this cute little USB charger that just plugs into your computer to recharge it. So,
We live in the future.
Yeah, we do live in the
That
future.
is such an amazing future product. I love it.
You want to try it?
No, I can't smoke the pot.
I
can smoke cigarettes, but I can't smoke pot.
You can't.
I cannot.
What about wax?
I can't.
What happens? You just take off all your clothes?
Actually, one of the biggest reasons why I quit doing drugs is that
She gets stabby.
is that drugs make me really not sexual, and that's really
This
lame.
thing sucks. Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
to take it.
So I was like, I've been bugging out on like how we still live in the future and how we live in such a space age society, and like that's one thing. And baby carrots has been the thing that's been freaking me out recently. Do you know that baby carrots are made? They're not something that grows in the ground.
I did not know that.
Are you serious?
No, that's creeping me out, because I
Whoa.
kind of like baby
Wait, what do you mean? Like they're
Like they're
grown
made
in a
in a
petri
lab?
dish?
So the way that they take regular full-size carrots and they like masticate them down to make them, and then they churn out like little baby carrots. If you
Like a wood mill?
Like, so they carve them that way.
it's kind of like how they make French fries. How McDonald's French fries are made, as opposed to like the fresh cut French fries, but where they make like this potato mix that's like mostly potato, but there's other stuff in there, and then they like mash it all up, and then they reform it into like French fry shapes, as opposed to like a French
Are
fry
you
when you cut it.
serious?
Yeah,
So baby carrots are.
it's a space food.
Mashed up
Wow.
other carrots. And
It's a
then,
space food, yeah,
like,
and that's why they're so sweet, because they break down that outer skin.
So how do they
they
stay
release the
formed? They
juice.
have to put some other chemical in there to make to keep
If
it
you
formed, right?
if you Google how do they make baby carrots, the first video, the second link down after the Snopes, the bottom one, the Producipedia, is a 52-second video which will enlighten you.
Wow.
Let's watch this shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So are they bad for you?
They have to have something else in there to make them stay the form.
I
I
don't
would
think
imagine.
that they're. I mean, I don't think that they're bad for you, but I don't think that they're as good as regular carrots.
Right.
All right. Let's
But I
take
was
a
just
look at
thinking
this.
about how processed
They're so
everything is.
soggy.
Do you know where baby carrots come from? They aren't simply
I do
small
not.
or young carrots. Let's take a look at how they're made.
They're not smaller young
First,
carrots.
long, thin carrots are harvested and trucked to the processing plant. The carrots are washed and their green tops are removed. Next, the carrots are cut into 2-inch pieces. These 2-inch pieces are taken to peelers. The peelers rotate, scraping the skins from the carrots. Then the carrots are hand-sorted to remove any unwanted pieces. An automatic sorter weighs the baby carrots and sends them to packaging.
All right, so they're
Then
not made into a
clean-cut and
mush.
peeled baby carrots
Some of them
are
are.
ready to enjoy.
But these ones, it also removes the outer skin layer, which removes the protection coating on them.
Right.
They are usually packaged in like a really kind of wet, moist bag, and they always feel kind of soggy, like they're
Slimy almost.
Slimy, yeah.
That doesn't scare me that much.
Yeah,
They
that
are,
doesn't scare me.
they are soaked in large vats of water mixed with chlorine to preserve them.
Chlorine.
Shit.
Yes.
Well, kind of like when you go to McDonald's and order a salad, and the salad's really crispy because there's elements of antifreeze that they put in it to keep it fresh and crisp.
The food we eat is so weird. It's. I've just been getting more and more weirded out by food because I've been on I've been on a thrift quest because with leaving the adult industry, I've had to pare back my lifestyle, and I've been reading a lot about how eating healthier means that I can also eat a lot safer because I'm eating a lot less packaged foods. So now when I treat myself to packaged foods, I'm just weirded out.
Look, Boo, I'll take care of you. You need some dinner? I can take you out.
Take me to Olive Garden.
Olive Garden twice a week.
Yeah.
Free breadsticks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I thoroughly enjoy the junk foods. I was actually talking to a couple people about this last night while playing video games online, and I just crave like burgers and fries and pizza and all that shit. It's so good. But when I'm at home, I have to force myself to eat, like turkey wraps and spinach salads and stuff like that. And it's good in its own like little world. Like I'm like, I don't think that's bad food, and I think it's actually really tasty. But in my brain, burgers and fries and pizza are just like, oh my God, like they're so good to me.
Well, this is the reason that I cook at home so much is because I'm really weirded out by pastas that I get. Like if I was to buy like a lasagna from the store, like a Stouffer's lasagna, I'm really weirded out by that. But when I make my lasagna, I know exactly what's in it. So I know that it's all like healthy, good, wholesome foods without any weird chemical shit in it.
Fuck all that
And that's why
noise.
I cook from home a lot.
Guys, you guys are crazy because you know what came out the other day? Cool Ranch Dorito tacos. And that is the best invention ever.
I can literally feel my intestines cringing just thinking about eating that.
Have you had the regular ones?
Not bad. They get
No.
soggy really easily, though.
I will not eat the meat at Taco Bell. I refuse to do it. See, I am a huge Taco Bell fan, and I eat Taco Bell all the time. And I'm the only person I know that's never been sick from Taco Bell because I won't eat the meat.
Well,
I've never been sick from Taco
I've never
Bell.
been sick by Taco Bell.
What do you eat there? Just like bean burritos?
And cheese
Are you
quesadillas
eating them in
and the
the
Mexican
bathroom?
pizza with no meat. The Mexican pizza with like beans instead of meat.
I will say
Oh, I bet they love you there.
They have a Crunchwrap Supreme, and it's like the Crunchwrap Supreme at Taco Bell is the most evolved version of food technology.
Did we talk about this last week?
Did we talk about the
Was
Crunchwrap
this
Supreme?
Was this the podcast that we talked
We
about?
might have talked about
you
it.
Did, 'cause
It's crazy. We don't have to go into it again, but it's food from the future. It's not healthy. It's just from the future.
My main problem with Taco Bell is anything I order there,
Tastes
tastes
exactly the same. Yeah, I agree.
It's just a slightly
That's
different
Mexican
texture.
food.
So if I'm craving that taste, I'll go to Taco Bell. But I could order anything. And it'll taste the
A
same.
guy I used to work with worked there when he was in high school, and he was telling me that when they would come out with a new product, they wouldn't actually send new materials. They just sent instructions of how to make this new product out of the existing material base.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
There's not many ingredients in Taco Bell. Or
I call them materials, by the way.
that's also Mexican food for the most part.
Meat, cheese, and vegetables. Yeah. Meat, cheese, and
For the
vegetables.
most part. I mean, you got some chili relleno and stuff like that, but you know.
Evil cilantro.
Oh my god, so good.
Where did you get all those hot blondes, by the way, in that video?
I knew five out of the 7.
Wow. So these are
and then the
people
other
you know.
2 were just found
Friends of
by
the Five.
the other Friends of the 5. Exactly.
It's a good band name right there.
Yeah,
Friends of the
Friends
Five.
of the 5.
Sounds like a superhero like enclave.
Yeah.
You know, there's like Justice League and then like one of like
Friends
the
of the
junior-
Five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those babes.
Those are some babes. It's like name the porn star for me. There's a lot of porn stars in that video. What's the name of that song again?
The Way You Still Want Me.
Yes, that's by our guest Jason Charles Miller. So you should look at it on the YouTubes and buy
Look
CDs
at
and
this.
stuff.
It's just a bunch of... I don't know why YouTube's freaking out right now. YouTube's doing this weird thing lately where if it's not loaded up the whole video, it just keeps on repeating itself.
That sucks
weird.
because I wanted to play the video that you did with Felicia Day.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah. Because you did a video called Gamer Girl, Country Boy. How did that come about? Because you've had Grant Imahara in other music videos. He was also guest starred in this video.
And he also just texted us.
He did
Don't
just text
forget.
us.
Yeah.
I love Grant Imahara. I don't think he's ever going to be allowed to do this podcast because we do not have posture and dignity, and he does. But yeah, we're big fans of Grant Imahara over here.
I'm a big Mythbusters fan. Definitely.
Yeah,
me
massive.
too.
He's-
Me too. And that's how I met Grant, was on the set of The Guild. But Gamer Girl Country Boy came about because Felicia and I are friends, and she was like, hey, I'm going to do this new show called The Flog. Would you like to write some country duets with me? And we'll do videos for them and put them on my new channel. I was like, I thought about that for about a nanosecond. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Because she's a country girl herself.
Yeah, she's from Alabama.
Yeah, she's always posting pictures of her country home cooking on the internet.
I love country girls. Seriously, is there anything better than some girls from Texas or Alabama?
Okay,
There's
so
nothing.
country girls or Asian girls? Brian Redban.
Dude, I tell you what the best is, and I know a few of them, is Asian girls that live in the South.
I knew you were
I know
say
two
that.
girls.
Oh, Asian girls
you were
with
gonna say
country,
that.
with Southern accents.
With Southern accents. I know two of them, Joan Doe and this other girl. And
Joan Doe?
Her name's Joan Doe.
Wow, that's a great name.
Yeah, and they're just sexy little Asians that have really cute accents. Like it's the best combo ever. And they have they have their already Asian charm, like how they take care of their man type thing, times 2, because that's what Southern women do.
Southern
but they know how to
charm, yeah.
cook, and they have all that other shit where they like to get drunk.
They're ball
and fuck
cobblers.
Let's take a look at this video though. This is called Gamer Girl Country Boy.
Well, I was driving home with my brand new TV, sitting in the back of my F-150, when a driver waved me to the side of the road. Armed with pistols and an angry gleam, she was the girl of my dreams.
On my way to a con, wearing Laura Croft cosplay, broke down right causing lame soft delay, needing help when a cowboy pulled over for me. With a 10-gallon hat and a 60-inch screen, he was the boy of my dreams. Gamer girl, country boy, hoping our love survives. Couldn't let you go, even though we come from different lives. So when you're looking for love, open your eyes. It might be out of regular sight. Remember, gamer girls and country boys are alright. Never thought a dude who doesn't own a console, no Twitter account, and talks with a slow draw could turn my head. Never ever been attracted to noobs. His password's ABC123, but he's the one I need.
Well, I don't get why she likes the way Elf is. MMORPG, that don't mean a thing to me. Loves to watch sci-fi, me, I'm an Eastwood guy. The sound of a honky-tonk makes her scream. She's the one I need. Gamer girl, country boy, hoping our love survives. Couldn't let you go, even though we come from different lives. So when you're looking for love, open your eyes. It might be out of regular sight. Remember, gamer girls and country boys are alright.
I love the fact that she's wearing a Laura Croft outfit during it. For you audio listeners that are watching this, that's awesome, man. So you must have got a big response from the video game guys.
They were mad.
World.
They were mad.
They were mad?
As hell.
Really?
Everybody was mad.
Why were they mad?
Well, first of all, nobody got that we were doing this to have fun, like it's kind of a joke. And there was a backlash because when the day the video came out, someone posted it on Reddit and then on 4chan. Like, can you believe this? How dare Felicia call herself a gamer girl? Who is this? Like, it was so there was an attack
on Felicia for calling herself a gamer girl.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The internet.
Yeah.
This is why I've never claimed to be a gamer girl, because I'm not.
Yeah, and I mean,
You're a person that
Felicia,
plays
who's
games.
like
No.
carries the flag
all
of gamer girls. You know, I mean, come on. But so there was this huge backlash, and
it's
so like
so cute.
4chan attacked it, and then all of Felicia's fans attacked them, and it had this. It was crazy.
That meant you got a lot of views, though.
We did, yeah.
She's so pretty.
She is.
She's always wearing. Every time I see her, she's wearing crazy pants. That girl is like the craziest pants.
She wore
collection.
Tetris pants in this video.
I saw the Tetris pants. They're very exciting.
Yeah.
I can't carry off that kind of crazy gamer style.
You think you could? You're wearing a Princess Leia type dress.
Yeah,
you got the Star Wars
You're calling it
dress on.
Sharon
Yeah.
Stone. We're calling it Princess Leia.
I think you guys only think Princess Leia because my school can't eat headphones.
It's all of it.
Yeah.
It's all of it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's true.
Honestly, like there's always this like weird backlash when this kind of stuff happens in the game industry, because I think the hardcore like pundits think there's like for some reason it has to be a certain way and it can't ever be a different way, which is a little frustrating because I've been working in games since I was basically 21 years old, and this is the attitude that we always get in trouble for because we're a very reactive industry. We're not a proactive industry, so we're always battling things like sexism and violence and in the media, and all these hot topic issues happen in the game industry because we're really reactive. We wait till things happen and then we get mad about it. There's no one taking the advocacy route going, this is who we are ahead of time. Everyone just waits for something to happen and they get mad. And it's the fans, it's the industry, it's kind of all of it. And it's a little bit frustrating as somebody who's been working games for so long because the fans do it like in a backlash thing like that. They didn't even understand that it was just like kind of like a fun parody joke video thing that you guys were having goofball
and it's
time
like,
with.
We were playing characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone's so reactive. No one's proactive saying like, we're just having fun. Like video games are just fun. Like they're entertainment. They are like, if you're not having fun playing a video game, you should probably just not play the game. You know what I mean? Like that's like the kind of fundamental rule that I always have. I'm not a completionist, and I feel like the same way for the whole industry. Like if you're not having fun in this industry, why are you in it? Why do you lurk on a forum like so grumpy and angry about something with your like crazy allegiance to a multi-million-dollar multinational corporation like Sony or Microsoft going, fuck Xbox, fuck, this is the kind of mentality that the whole industry creates these backlashes from that stuff. Like, and that's why it kind of happens. And it's like, no, be proactive. It's fun. Like, get excited about the stuff you love. And this kind of, like, that kind of stuff wouldn't happen. Like, it wouldn't have that reaction to a video like that because those preconceived notions of what things should be wouldn't be that way.
I totally concur. Bam.
Bam.
Truth.
/end.
/end.
Keeping it real nerd. Just
/A.
Remind you all that I'm
dance.
Yeah, /nerd.
That's why you're my new co-host. You keep it real. You keep it legit. What are you up to these days at Robot Pants?
We are slaving away, not literally, but we are working away at a new game at our studio, and it's going to be quite fun. I can't talk about it quite yet. We're so close. In like a month, I'll be able to talk a lot of cool stuff about it, but I promise... I promise it's something that the gaming community will definitely dig.
What are you reading right now, and what are you watching?
I'm still finishing up. I'm working on the second shift series from the. I've been talking about Wool. There's like a ton of books in this series, so I'm still going through that. And I'm gonna do a marathon of The Americans this weekend. I have the whole thing on my DVR. It's the show with Kerry Russell on FX. 1980s Cold War. They play a Russian infiltration family that was trained to be basically an American family, and I'm really excited. So I'll report back next week.
I can't wait to see what you think about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are you reading and watching right now?
I'm actually reading our buddy's book, Neil Strauss.
which one?
Everyone Loves You When You're Dead. I'm almost done with it. It's a really good book.
I need to get that. I made Neil give me the rules of the game when I was at his house, and then I realized that I don't need a guide to learn how to talk to ladies. So it's a really good book. It's a really good book.
This one is like, it's 1 minute excerpts of his interviews throughout his career. So interviews with Chuck Berry.
That's awesome.
And then Motley Crue, and then Merle Haggard, and then Bo Diddley, Prince, Rick James, and just stuff that didn't necessarily make it into any of the articles or books that he was doing on them at the time.
But that was just good stuff.
But just pieces that it was really, really
What's the book called?
Everybody Loves You When You're Dead.
This sounds awesome. Sounds like a fantastic read.
Yeah.
From the @ Neil Strauss, which is how I met Mr. Jason Charles Miller.
Nice.
At Neil Strauss's at house.
At his house, yeah. What am I reading? I am reading a bunch of stuff. First, I want to talk about The Sixth Gun, which is a very cool. It's like a supernatural Western story. It's beautiful. It's beautifully drawn. I really like the art in this book. And it just got picked up for a TV series.
Oh, cool!
So
we could do with more westerns on TV.
Yes, and supernatural westerns.
Yeah.
I think supernatural westerns are the new steampunk.
Your bookmark fell out. Phone number on the back.
No, that's okay. I don't need that number.
Okay.
Burn.
Sorry, person.
Yeah, so that's happening. Cool. It's going to be an NBC pilot, so we'll see because NBC actually really needs a hit. So maybe it'll be cool.
Have we had any westerns since Deadwood and the Joss Whedon Firefly action? Have we had anything since
Hell
then?
on Wheels.
Oh, Hell on Wheels is good. I watched that show. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Westerns are always good. I'm a big fan of the genre. Also, what came out in trade just this past week is Catwoman 2, Volume 2. This is from the New 52. Judd Winnick, Adriana Mello, Guillaume Marsh. It's beautiful. I've talked about Catwoman before on this podcast from the New 52. It's sexy. It's dirty. I don't normally like normal soup stuff, and I am all about this book right now. And like Batman shows up, and Catwoman and Batman, not in this one, but in the previous volume, they have like kinky masks on sex.
Really?
And she's just so hot.
Like they do it in the comic.
Take a look at the art. It's really amazing.
I actually was fortunate enough to be in the animated Batman Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, nice!
It just came out. Yeah.
What?
I'm reading that comic just so I can watch that anime. Did
they let Mark Hamill do anything in that, or no?
No. You know who the Joker is in that one is? Did you see Lost?
Yeah.
Do you remember Ben, the leader of the others?
Oh, yeah.
He's the Joker.
Wow.
He's the Joker.
He'd be perfect for that.
I can't remember the actor's name right now. It's terrible that I don't. And Peter Weller is Batman.
Oh,
cool
man.
voice.
He's one of the
RoboCop
best.
is Batman. Yeah.
That's so gangster. I love it.
Who were you in the World of Warcraft?
In World of Warcraft, I'm a bunch of villains.
Right.
I'm
the Horde.
Prince Valinar, Commander Stoutbeard. I'm also a character named Terath the Steady. I'm a lot in the Ice Crown expansion, and then a lot in the Cataclysm expansion.
Oh, that's badass. So. And was the Street Fighter work you did, was that for the cartoon, or was that for the
it's for the game.
For the
so
game?
I'm in Super Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter versus
Who are you
Tekken.
in Street Fighter?
Guy.
Oh, nice. No way. What voice is that like?
Profound sadness. A lot of like... a lot of... I look out on the streets and I see corruption. I got lines like that. I can't remember.
That's awesome.
Can I get some World of Warcraft lines?
Yeah, like...
I know Russ.
Naxxana was merely a setback. The power of the orb, and then Commander Stoutbeard's fun because he's this little dwarf. He's like, "Don't just stand there, kill something."
That's badass.
I have such respect for voice actors.
Oh, it seems like such a fun industry.
I want to do it so bad.
But can you do like 12 million different voices?
I can.
Yes, I can do anything you wanted to.
What? Like I as a kid, that's one of the things I wanted to do. So I could do like half the Disney characters, like, oh, gosh, and shit like that. Like and,
what the? Wow, secret talent over here, Brian Redban.
I want to do it really.
Do
bad.
more. Dance monkey. Dance. Can you do Ariel?
Oh, hi.
I can't. I don't know. I could do Snake Eyes the best.
Snake Eyes.
Make it so.
I got that.
Make it so. Let's have a Snake Eyes off.
All right, here I go.
Hey, wait. Why don't we do Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow?
Okay,
ready?
Right. That was pretty good.
Uncanny. Wow, uncanny. I couldn't even tell.
Wow, that was fun.
I'm kind of excited for that G.I. Joe movie. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
really?
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of excited.
Is it The Rock? I love The Rock.
I guess what I could talk about. I bought a new tech thing.
You got a new tech thing? No.
Whoa.
I'm so shocked.
It's the one thing I don't need. Like, 'cause if you don't know me, I have iPads everywhere. I have like miscellaneous iPads laying on the floor that I don't use.
I'm taking those home. I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to give them a good home.
I have so many iPads and tablets and stuff. And
so many iPads.
So you bought
and
another one.
tablets.
yes, I bought the Samsung Galaxy Note 10-inch, and I'm not a fan of the Android operating system. But why I bought it was because my friend bought the Note 2 and can draw on it. And she's like, it's got sensors, so it could tell where your hand is.
This is an art director's dream. Like,
yes.
And a lot of concept artists use this because it's pressure sensitive.
Right. And not many, and I think this might be the only tablet no, it's probably not the only one, but it's pressure sensitive, meaning it tells if you're pushing on hard or soft on the pen tools. And it had good hand detection. And I own a Wacom or whatever it's Wacom Cintiq.
It is technically Wacom.
Yeah, I own a Cintiq, which is the high-end version of their product where you can actually draw on
all the comic pros,
Yeah.
all of the game pros, a lot of major artists. The Cintiq is like a mainstay.
Right. So this right here. What we're looking at is the 10-inch Note from Samsung. It starts off at right now you can get it for $450 for the 16 megabyte version. And I heard it was really awesome, and there was some really cool things about it. Like there's a remote app because it has an IRR sensor or whatever.
So you can control your TV and all that cool stuff.
So one of the coolest things, you push this button and it goes, "What kind of cable do you have? What kind of receiver do you have?" And now your thing controls everything. Your tablet controls every single electronic in your house. And I thought that as a remote was amazing. It has a flash, which none of the iPads have flashes for the camera, and the camera's really good. But the drawing, the one thing I bought it for, wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
The Note, the portable one, I know a lot of artists that swear by it. I mean, they don't carry pen and paper around, or even comic book artists, fine artists, game artists. They all, like when they're on the bus or they're waiting for they're at the DMV, they can get so much work done.
They don't sketch anymore.
Right.
They just
they will.
But
We're starting to see some of that at Drink and Draw.
Yeah, when they're portable, when they want to do a portable thing, it's instead of lugging around all their gear, they can just pull it out. They have the stylus, and they can just do some work.
Right.
That's
well,
cool.
I think maybe the Note, the baby Note 2 would be the way to go for doing that and not using it 100% as your only tool. I wanted to try to use this as a portable way that I could just sit there and draw in bed and make really good art, because that's what I thought I would be able to do. But the hand detection wasn't there yet. I had downloaded a few different programs to try it out. And the problem is that you're just sitting there with your hand like on the tablet drawing like you would, like with your hand kind of pressed in while you're drawing. And it would start zooming in, zooming out. It would start marking where your palm is.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to return it because, honestly, everything else about the operating system and about, like I downloaded a Twitter app and it was just annoying and like... It's just not as good as the iPad. So I don't know. I wish it was a little bit better because that drawing aspect of it was the reason I bought it. Maybe the little one's a little bit better, but I would probably not recommend this over an iPad.
I kind of hope they start nailing that though, because like they're already putting iPads in schools, and they're distributing them, because like distributing laptops in school, especially like younger kids, that's kind of a thing to bite off on because they're expensive.
Right,
but now that you go to in India, they have government subsidized tablets, so basically everyone can buy one for $50.
Yeah, it's $50.
And I think that's great because I never want to see pencil and paper and traditional art go away. I'm very old school with that kind of stuff. But at the same time, allowing these tools to be in the hands of young people to start getting them more familiar with art and interaction and that kind of stuff, and allowing them to get their creativity out quicker and easier, I think is a big thing, especially in developmental roles for kids. It's the same thing. Like there's this awesome documentary being made. If you go to code.org, they're talking about how, and they interview the biggest people in technology and games and media about how they want everyone to start coding as children, just for like a couple classes in school. Yeah. They got Bill Gates. They have the guy from Facebook. Everyone saying like, just do it for like 2 years, and it teaches you better problem solving than like 5 years of basic arithmetic can.
Yeah.
I think the gamification of education is a topic that I want to tackle on another show, because I think we could get into that for a long time.
Mr. Jesse Shell.
So what are you reading, Redban?
I'm not reading anything.
You not reading anything?
No.
Okay, that's allowed.
I don't read much. I don't know if you've figured that out about me.
I'm still going to ask you, and someday I'm going to shame you into reading books. It'll happen. My bibliophileness will just rub off on you, and someday you'll be like, I love the written word.
Trust me.
I'm so happy.
If I'm laying in bed with you and we just fucked and you're reading a book, I would probably start reading a book.
You just read over my shoulder?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
I would spoon you and read over your shoulder. Why slide it on the outside?
And on that bombshell.
And on that bombshell.
My name is Ryan Keely. You can follow me on the Twitter at Ryan Keely. That's RyanKely. I need to thank my wonderful coasts.
Yeah.
Guest and co-host.
Wow. At the same time?
At the same Hey.
Wow, hey. You can find me, Nick Ahrens, Robot Pants, on pretty much everything out there.
Nice. At JasonCharlesMiller.com, at Jason C. Miller.
And Redban, what are you up to?
Yeah, and check out Jason's website because he has all his videos and he has his tour, his music, his photos, and all his stuff on there. It's a really good website.
Yeah, nerd
Very
approved.
well done.
Thank you.
I'm going to be in San Diego next Thursday at the American Comedy Co. Tickets are on sale at AmericanComedyCo.com. And also coming to Toronto in July, so stay tuned. I'm playing a hash bar for a weekend.
Bring your vaporizer.
Yeah, bring my vape pen. But thanks a lot, guys. Muff said.
Muff said.